Shalawam, family, Shalawam. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. I would like to go over the parable of the 10 virgins, family, in Matthew chapter 25. And hopefully I can do this parable justice by, giving precepts and adding into the cultural aspect that is missing, that has really been lost in our captivity. I'm learning just like a lot of you guys, and a lot of times we read scriptures and we read it from a Western mindset, and we can't really connect the dots. So hopefully I can do this. Like I said, I can do this parable justice, and again, and make it make sense to those that have read this, and it really doesn't. It doesn't really. We hear it, but we really don't. We really don't get the big picture. But before I get into this, family, let me start off by giving all glory and honor to the creator of the universe, Yahweh, and to his son, Yahushai. I'd like to also send out my humble gratitude to our foreparents, our foremother, Sarah, and our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and also to the greeting to the brothers and sisters that are out here pushing the truth, trying to wake up the very elect. And I'd like to also extend it out to the Gentiles that are listening, learning, and being edified, and joining to us, to our laws, statutes, and commandments by adhering to the word of the Most High. To you guys, I say Shalom. So let's start off at Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened to 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. So already we see it's 10 virgins. I'm not going to get in this from a biblical marriage dealing with polygynists from that standpoint, but I wanted you guys just to notice that it's 10 virgins, and we're gonna touch upon this because Hamashiach, you remember he was sent for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which comprised of 10 tribes. You know what I'm saying? So Hamashiach was trying to join the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom back into one fold. So this was what this really was about. He was joined in the northern and the southern kingdom back into one fold, which is under one marriage. You know what I'm saying? So again, because we know the northern kingdom was big on adultery, right? Idol worship and following, the pagan rituals of the nations, right? So again, hopefully you guys get that. Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose, and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Okay, so again, like I said before, 10 virgins, right? 10 virgins. And we know customarily the men of Israel married women that were virgins. So let's edify this here. Let's go to Leviticus 21, chapter 21, verse. Let's start off at verse 13. And he shall take a wife in her virginity, a widow or a divorced woman, or profane, or an harlot. These shall he not take, but he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife. A lot of people like to get simple and say, well, that was just talking about the priest. But remember how Mashiach, he was not only from the line of David, but he was also coming through he's reestablishing the order of Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying? And I did the lesson on that a while back. So those that really interested, go check that video out and make the connection. But anyway, let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 11. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin unto Christ. So again, and we know that Hamashiach was from the southern kingdom, from the line of David. So again, and we're gonna touch upon that line of David aspect in a second again. So a lot of people, again, our people like to get simple, like I say, when it comes down to biblical marriage, you know what I'm saying? But again, how long will you be simple? How long will you be simple? But anyway, let's move forward. So going back, so it's to Matthew chapter 25. So it's 10 virgins, right? We know that the northern kingdom was big on adultery, on idol worship, you know what I'm saying? But in order for them to partake into this marriage, they would have to put away those practices, right? And what is significant about that is really when we read let's go to verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil with their vessels and their lamps. So let's get that. Let's get an understanding with that. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandments is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproof and instructions are the ways of life. So that letting you know right then and there, because people like to say, well, Jesus he done away with the law. The commandments right now is your lamp, and the way you live your life is proof of that. The light will shine in you the way you live your life according to the commandments. And the commandments, again, is just not, the 10 commandments. It's 613 laws. Again, I'll do a lesson later on and connect those dots and show y'all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting on the Ruach to send me that way. But again, I try not to do anything upon my own time and, my own doing. I try to wait to the Most High send the Spirit on me, to the Ruach, to guide me to where he need me to send out a message. But anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 25. All right. So we know that the northern kingdom was heavy on idol worship. So if they were gonna partake in this marriage, they would have to put away their adultery, the idol worship, and follow the culture, the customs, laws. Because the culture, the customs, laws is not just a bunch of rules and regulations, but they're part of a marriage. They're part of a marriage proposal, a vow. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even get that. It just goes over these people's head, because they would rather be stuck in religion. But anyway, let's read. Let's go back. Like I say, we're going to go back to Matthew chapter 25. Let's start off at verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out and meet him. Right? So let's make this make sense. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. Let's start with verse 1. But of that time and season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, of Yahweh, so cometh as a thief in the night. See, that's the way the bridegroom is going to come. He's going to come like a thief in the night. See, we have to connect those dots. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come like a thief in the night. That's the way the bridegroom is going to come. Right? Verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction come upon them, as trivial upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not ye are not in the darkness, that they shall overtake you as a thief. Ye are all children of the light and children of the day. We are not in the night nor in darkness. Remember, the commandments is the lamp, and your life is the light. The way you lead your life shines on like a light. So again, I hope y'all get that parallel. So it's just not poetry. You know what I'm saying? This is marital talk. You know what I'm saying? This is about a wedding. This is about accepting accepting the wedding proposal, the marriage proposal. A lot of people just dismiss that. Well, Jesus came and done away with the law. No, okay, believe that if you want to. Believe that if you want to. Verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep. Remember, when they slept, when they were sleeping, when they got up, in other words, when they woke up, when they, y'all got it. They made sure they was following those laws, statutes, and commandments. The other ones look like they remain asleep because, again, there was no light in their life. You got to get that. 6 again. Therefore, let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. So again, our people, they don't get it. The way you live your life, if you're following these pagan rituals and you talking about, I believe in Jesus and all that, okay. When it's time to be judged, I'm not gonna give it away. I'm not gonna give it away because I'm giving all that the rest of that away. Let me go back. So again, the bridegroom coming at midnight, right? So he don't come like a thief in the night, right? Okay. But again, for those who understand what's going on, we might not know the day, but we know the seasons. That's what Shaul was saying. You know the seasons. Let the commandments be, follow the commandments. Let the commandments be the light in your life. Oh, wow. Okay. Matthew chapter 25, verse, let's jump down to verse 9. But the wise answered, saying, not so, least there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. And the door was shut. So once he come, if you ain't ready, that door's shut. Let's edify that. Let's edify that. Let's go to Revelations. Let's go to Revelations. Revelations chapter 3, verse 7. And the angel of the church of Philadelphia write, these things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the keys of David, he that openeth no man shut, and shut no man openeth. I know thy works. Behold, I have set forth thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, kept the vow, kept the covenant, kept the statutes, right? And has not denied my name. Because if you keep in the vows, the marriage obligations via contract, via law, you're not denying the name. But if you talk about you keeping the law, if you talking about him, but it is that you're not keeping the law, you're denying his name. Wow. Again, family. Like I said, I tell you what. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 22. Isaiah chapter 22, verse 22. And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder. So he shall open, and none shall shut, and he shall shut, and none shall open. And I will fasten him as a nail in the sure place, and he shall be for a glorious throne to his father's house. So again, Hamashiach was quoting from the old covenant. A lot of people like to dismiss the old covenant, but again, they have no clue what they're doing. No clue what they're doing. But anyway, let's go back to Matthew. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 25. Again, we went over no man should shut the door. Okay, let's get verse 11. Verse 11. And afterward cometh also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily, I say unto you, I know you not. So again, when we understand the premise of knowing the Most High would be it's like a marriage, or earthly marriage. It's intimate. You know what I'm saying? Like between a man and his wife. Husband and wife. Just as the children of Israel was espoused to Hamashiach, or espoused to the Most High. It's intimate. It's intimate. Nobody can just come and knock at the door and then they're gonna just walk on in. I tell you what, dealing with that. I want y'all to understand this. If the marriage at a wedding ceremony, from a cultural perspective, if a bride was going to accept, a potential bride was going to accept the wedding proposal of the bridegroom, she would leave a lamp on. She would, if she heard a voice saying that the bridegroom is coming or is on his way, she would light the lamp, letting him know that she accept his marriage proposal. Then he would come there and knock at the door, and then they would answer. She would answer the door, and then he would come in and have supper. They would have supper and go over the marriage proposal, go over the marriage vows, the contract, your obligations, right? Salakia. Tell you what, let's go back to Revelation chapter 2, verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him, and he with me. This is why when they knocked at the door, he told them they don't know him, because they didn't hear his voice. They didn't hear his voice by following his laws, statutes, commandments. So he don't know them. I hope y'all got that. So again, from a cultural perspective, once we begin to plug all these things in, they begin to make sense. So, if you're following these commandments, you know what I'm saying? You're taking on the wedding vows. You're taking on the wedding. You're not denying the name. But if you're in organized religion, then you're partaking in the how can I say it? You're still committing adultery. You're partaking in the customs and culture of the nation or of the ideology that you believe in. You don't believe in the covenant of this book. You believe in a man-made religion. Man-made religion. This is why he said, "Come out of her, my people. Come out of her. Come out of organized religion." Again, family, like I said, I'm not here to convert you or anything like that. You believe what you want to believe. Again, my job is to give the precepts and give the scriptures, and you're supposed to study on yourself. Study to show thyself approval. So anyway, family, I'm gonna cut it there, and I hope it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, family, as usual, peace, love, Shalawam.